far as the race bike side of things go, I'm definitely a 450 guy. Really like riding the 450, having that extra power. I tend to be like a smoother rider, and just the fact that I'm so tall and a little bit on the heavier side. I've always found the 250s to be a little bit slower than my taste. They are really fun to whip around because they're so light and you can just rev them to the moon, but I always have the most fun on a 450 for sure. I like that extra power, just the ability to hit a huge jump like Laraco's Leap or wheelie through a gnarly sand whoop section or something like that. So I'm definitely a 450 guy, but I don't think I have more fun than I've ever had on an XLR 70 in our side yard, you know, just ripping around on the pit bike track. I think that's when I have the most fun, to be honest. But yeah, I'm definitely a 450 guy over 250.
Gotcha.
Well, Jeff, you'd never know that at our track, because I swear he goes faster on the 250 than he does the 450. But it might be the tightness of the track, because he's just at warp speed no matter what bike he rides. So I can say it looks like he's going faster on the 250.
It sounds faster because I got that thing just banging off the rev limiter, but I think the 450 is a little bit smoother.
Okay, question 2 from Dustin. What is the hardest decision you have made in your professional career?
That's a pretty tough one, honestly.
That's a deep one. When I saw it, I'm like, ooh.
Yeah, motocross is such a tough sport. Every decision is pretty hard, but I think it's probably, you know, being a couple years ago, the 2015 season was like the first season where I really, well, I was out of high school at the time. I took 1 year off after high school to really put in a lot of training and a lot of effort into the 2015 outdoor season, because I kind of felt like that was like my one chance that I was getting to go out and chase this dream that I had. I did some okay results in the amateurs the year before, and I was like, all right, this is my one shot. My parents are letting me put off a year before college. I'm going to train as hard as I can, come out swinging at the nationals, and we'll just see what happens. And so spent all winter training super hard down in Georgia. Had some really good buddies to train with, a really good trainer, Club 57, Brad Jerominski. He's an awesome guy, and put in so much work. We got a good race bike built. Drove out to California 2 weeks before Hangtown for the opening round, and rode maybe 3 or 4 times out there. He drove out there with me, but had to fly home early to work, and then he was going to come back out. And just a couple days after he flew home, I didn't even crash. I just kind of put my knee out wrong in a corner, and it caught in a rut. And I've had some pretty bad knee issues when I was younger with this knee. I've had a couple ACL and meniscus replacements. And I definitely knew something was wrong immediately when it happened. Got on the phone with him, had a really long talk about it, and decided to come back home and let that heal up instead of going after that season. So that was a really tough one. I really wanted to just, you know, drive through the pain and kind of ride it out, because I felt like that was going to be my one shot before I went off to school. But obviously it wasn't my only shot. I'm still here racing. So right. In that moment, it felt like it was kind of the end of my racing career, and that was a pretty tough pill to swallow. So I'd say, yeah, that's probably definitely the toughest decision I've had to make, but obviously it worked out in the end.
Hey,
well,
Jeff,
go ahead.
Sorry about that. So with that being said, with some knee issues, what do you use to protect that knee or both knees? Is there anything that you found that's been pretty good to be able to help protect that knee and allow you to ride?
Yeah, so I really trust Mobius knee braces. I've been using them for quite a long time, and that was actually, I initially hurt my knee when I was 7 years old on a KX65 or maybe a KTM 65, and at the time I didn't even wear knee braces. So I think that's the main thing that I'm doing. Obviously, I've been wearing knee braces ever since then, investing in some really good ones. I know they can be a bit pricey, but you can't really put a price on healthy knees. You know, you're going to spend a lot more on an ACL replacement than you are on a set of knee braces. But apart from that, I also found that strength conditioning, you know, doing a lot of lower body and core exercises, really helping strengthen the muscles around those tendons and ligaments in your knee can really help prevent injury there. So definitely, I mean, my knee has been through some tough stuff. So I really focus on strengthening my legs, doing a lot of squats and deadlifts and stuff, just to make sure that all those muscles are strong and not putting too much stress on my knee.
I think, yeah, the other day, I think I texted you and you were out riding mountain bikes. So, road bikes, mountain bikes, doing that kind of training.
Yeah, a lot of miles on a road bike. I get out on the mountain bike because he likes to come out with me and play around in the trails. We got him out on an e-mountain bike the other day, so he was kicking my butt on that. So yeah, that's a fun way. I mean, the biggest thing I think is doing some moderate weightlifting. You know, strengthen the bones and promote like good joint health. So I do a lot of weightlifting. I took some strength training courses in high school that kind of kickstarted that for me, and that really showed me the value in it because I just realized how much better my knees were feeling after I started that. So a lot of strength training, a lot of cycling, and yeah, it's been pretty decent for the past couple of years. So it's been paying off.
Sounds like a good coach. You know, he's not there to build his strength up. He's there to build you up. So the faster he goes,
He's not here to
so
build
that
me up. He's there
so
to
that
tear
e-bike is great for him. He just keeps pushing.
You should hear him giggling when I'm huffing and puffing up the hill behind him, and he's just fifth gear tapped up that thing.
Jeff, how old are you?
24 now.
24. Okay. So I've got about 14 years on you now, but now when you get to the vet class, right? So you don't have to worry about that. So now the training regimen, this just give you some forward thinking advice here. So, you know, when you get a family and you're too busy to train, you can go and eat ice cream and do all kinds of other things, because my theory is this now. Now listen, so you get a little belly on you, you weight the bike down, you get more traction. That's my theory. Lower your center of gravity, a little more traction. I don't know.
I don't think I'll try it this season, but maybe in the future I'll give it a go.
Yeah. No, you keep mountain biking. While you're mountain biking, I'm gonna head to the ice cream store. But
all right.